Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is Word500, so let's start with crypt. Ooh, okay, so let's look at that C on the right. Think about ending in CK. Maybe slack? Okay, does not end in CK. We got an L for the left word. Let's think about that. Ooh. The R and the L both don't go second. Something like peril? In fact, I think it probably is peril, to the point that I'm going to guess it. Nice. Okay. And we got an I for the right word. That was useful. Lyric? No. I feel like it ends in IC. Maybe ends in LIC? Relic? I thought of relic this time, but there's no RE. Folic? Like folic acid? Nope. LO logic. I should have realized. Use logic or you're in peril? Or peril causes logic? I don't know. Let's do Fibble. There's a lie in each guess. So I'm trying to think of a way to bring in this U to do UND. Or I could bring in an O and do OND. I'm not seeing a word for that. What about UND? Surprisingly, no. I feel like to end in ND, we have to use the O and the U. So I could try starting with F and ending with ND, but I'm not sure I could do that. So instead, I am going to just bring in the N, and we're going to ignore the D. We're going to assume the D is the lie. So maybe end in E. How about plain? Okay, so we got a lie. One of these ends is lying. That means the problem is we didn't have any other repeated letters. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to assume the N is still in. We're going to assume this A is not lying. We're going to continue assuming the D is lying. And then I'll bring in maybe this E. Can we do like an EAN dealy? Like teeny? Nah, teeny's double E. All right, EAN. Maybe meanie? Oh, plain would have two lies. Oh. Right. I can't. Whoops. Never mind about that. We'll just do, this is correct. If we just bring in the AN, that's enough. So staying, past tense of sting, staying. Okay, so we have an X-wing. One of these A's is lying and one of these N's is lying. There are only two lies in these two guesses, so anything that's not an A or an N has to be true. So all of these are true. So there is a T somewhere. So I'm thinking about ending in A and T, which gives us the lie for every single one of these. Very nice. So that probably is it. If we can end in A and T. I was thinking slant or something, but we know there's no SL. I don't see how to do an R except for grant, but there's no G. Is there like, oh, I was going to say IANT, but a giant is the only one I can think of there. Huh. What if we start with T and do an AN like this? Like TRAN. I don't see a word. Or THAN, think. Think is good. Oh, wow. That's not the result expected. Well, we know this T is lying, because we know there has to be a T in the word. So all of these are true. That means this is true, which means the N is lying. Yeah, this N is lying. Okay, so I was on the wrong track the entire time, but we got there. So there's a T and A in the word, and not in these two places, and then there is a D in the word, which is surprising. Okay, so ending in D, really. I mean, the T could go first. This lie could be green. So we could do TA ending in D. I don't know if that helps. Like really the TA could go anywhere except the one place we tried them. How do we end in D? Like, can we do like TAD? Doesn't really look good, does it? What about starting with T and just ending in AD? Triad. Ooh, triad's a good word. And that was right. Nice. All right, a little bit of a fumble at the start, but luckily hard mode saved me and didn't let me guess it. So nice hard mode Fibble solve there. All right. Let's do connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. Plum without a B. So this is the fruit. Fruit is here. XO, hugs and kisses. Usually that's, it could also be executive officer. Leaders, perfect, XO, and prime. Is there another leader? I think it's prefect though, not perfect. So I might be thinking about that wrong. And I don't see another leader anyway. Soy is a bit out there. Oh, types of milk. Soy milk, skim milk, whole milk. What's the other milk? Claw milk, clearly. You milk the claws. Perfect milk. Oyster milk? Fruit? I don't know what the other milk is. Is there something like prime milk? Can you milk a plum? All right, we'll hold off on that. Classifications of numbers, odd and prime. I'm not seeing another classification of numbers. Okay. Witness is interesting. So like investigation related things or court related things. I'm not seeing it. Oh, I can't get into this puzzle. Hug, kiss, XO. I don't know, when I said hug and kiss here, I actually didn't realize hug and kiss were on the board already. That's kind of bad, isn't it? I didn't read every word yet. So XO, hug, kiss, and brush. I don't know. Oh, okay. Brush and graze are near misses, right? Maybe skim. Oh, kiss. Like you just kissed it, you didn't quite hit it. What else could it be? Skim, maybe. So I'm thinking these are all like near misses. Yes. Touch lightly. Okay. I think that was about right. That was the yellow, though? Oh no, that doesn't bode well. All right, what else is happening here? So it's not the milk, and it's not the hugs and kisses. So those were both red herrings. Luckily, there wasn't a fourth that made sense for either of those. Whole fruit. So what does soy go with, then? No idea. Oyster. Oyster and claw? Are these like seafood that you might eat? I don't see what else would be seafood. Perfect feels a bit out there. Like, what would be a synonym to perfect? Pride, maybe? Not sure. Words you can add a B to the end of. Plum. That's it. The blue oyster cult. Fruit ninja. No. I don't think I even have an idea of what to do here. Other than prime and odd. Oh, you can have a perfect number as well. You have perfect number, odd number, prime number. Perfect number is one where its factors also add to it, like 6, right? 1, 2, and 3 add to 6, and they're also the prime factors, plus 1. Anyway, I think that's what a perfect number is. And a whole number. There we go. Kinds of numbers. All right, that was the green. Uh-oh. Okay, we're getting there, though. I just have to split these in half. You can add a C to the beginning of hug to make chug, or a T to make thug. Is it something like that? I don't really see many other... Do I see any other words? Like plum, it was another word I wanted to add a letter to. But I don't really see what else it would be. So EXO, like executive officer, is what I'm still thinking. Commander, that sort of thing. But nothing else is really a commander. That's the thing. What could witness be with? I feel like the purple's really weird today. But I feel like I should be able to get the blue at least. Oyster? Oyster and claw, like, feel like they could be seafood like related things, but plenty of things have claws other than like lobsters. So I don't know. Claw is a... Okay, claw and hug are both verbs, or they can be. You can hug someone, you can claw someone, I guess. How about the claw? Yeah, I don't see any other verbs though. So I don't think that works. Things with spherical things in them, like oysters have pearls, right? And then plums have pits. I don't know. I don't even see 4 things for that though. Types of beans. I'm trying to think about like what any of these could mean. I'm so lost. I'm thinking about just picking 4 random ones and seeing what that tells me, whether it's one away or not. Could it be some pop culture reference? I don't know. It's possible. I suspect fruit and plum don't go together, because if fruit and plum went together, that's weird to have a generic thing that encompasses a more specific thing, because plums are fruits, right? So I feel like these are 2 different categories. So can I build off of that? I get the feeling that plum here is a spelling thing. Like plum can be arranged to lump, for example. Or you can add letters to it, like to make the word plump, or plum, like plumbing with a B at the end, right? So plum with a B. Plump or lump to rearrange. Ox, maybe. You could rearrange ox. Can witness get rearranged, maybe? Let's see, lump. I don't see how claw gets rearranged. Oyster? Story with an E? this is stretching it. Storey seems a bit strange, but ugh. Instead of hug, we could be ugh. I don't see how claw gets rearranged. I don't see how soy gets rearranged. Oys. Fruit. Okay, I'm gonna try these. 1 away. Okay. Oh, they moved where one away displays, so you won't see it on screen anymore. Darn. I'll have to do something about that. All right. So this is one away. Could I be right about anagrams? Okay, so if this is one away, that means the other four are also one away. Witness, fruit, soy, and claw are also one away. What? Does it make sense? Ugh, lump, ox, and story? Like, I feel like oyster is the biggest stretch there. But I don't see a way to. I could be like I could have just gotten completely lucky that this was one away. It has nothing to do with the fact that you can anagram them. So what else could these have to do with each other? Executive officer. I don't know. Plums are purple, right? Purple oyster. I don't see it. I mean, I could just remove one of these and add something else. And if I add fruit, I could assume that fruit isn't part of the group because I'm kind of just assuming fruit and plum wouldn't be put together, but you never know. So I'm going to remove oyster and add fruit and see if I'm still one away. That was not one away. So fruit is definitely not in. Oyster is definitely in. One of these other ones needs to get removed. I don't have enough guesses to just keep doing this, but like I get one more fail though. So oyster is definitely in. It goes with 2 of exo, plum, hug, and it does not go with fruit. It's annoying that they moved the one away all the way up there. You kind of have to look to see it appear. There should be like a history. I want to see a history of guesses and whether they were one away or not. Like that you could pull up. That would be really nice. You just kind of have to remember now, which is annoying. So between exo, plum, and hug, what could oyster even be a reference to? This is so confusing. Okay, I'm going to remove XO. Do I want to remove XO? Plum or hug? I have no association here at all. I mean, I kind of deserve to lose because I can't figure out the categories. So let's, I don't know, I'm thinking about removing hug and adding, I have to add witness, fruit, or claw. I feel like of those, oh, sorry, witness, soy or claw, not fruit. Witness, soy, or claw. I'm thinking soy for some reason feels the most similar of those. That was it. Sauces and Chinese cuisine. Oh. I don't think I've heard of XO sauce. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I would have thought of that. Interesting. I was way off track. So witness, hug, fruit, and claw. I haven't thought of it by now. I don't think I will. So what is this? Bear. Bear claw, bear fruit. Another fruit I haven't heard of. I'm getting a bunch of comments. You haven't heard of bear fruit? Is it like the phrase to bear fruit? Okay. That makes sense if that's that. Bear hug, yeah. Bear witness? Huh. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I think I thought that was spelled B-A-R-E, witness. But it's a different definition of bear. Obviously, it's not the animal. Same with bear fruit. Bear fruit and bear witness is the same definition of bear, I guess. Okay. Well, that was hard, and I don't know that I deserved to win that, but I got lucky. I did not figure out either of these categories, but that was fun. Really, really hard one today, at least for me. Let me know how you did. All right, let's figure out a starting word for Word500. Graze, maybe? Or prime? I think I want to start with prime. I'll get a thumbnail, and then I'm starting to post some of these also to TikTok, so I'm gonna for the ones I suspect might be TikTokable, I'm gonna like do an intro, like really short intro, TikTok style. But anyway, let's do the thumb first. Okay, and I'm gonna erase prime, and I'm gonna do intro. Let's play Word500. So we'll start with prime here. Okay, so there's one green. So this works just like Wordle, except we don't know which one of these is green. We kind of have to figure it out. So I'm going to assume for now that the E at the end is green. We're going to get all new letters and just end with E again. Keep forgetting I can use underscores here. So, what would be a good... Maybe something like stake, like a wooden stake. All right, one yellow, and one green and one yellow. So I'm going to assume that the E was still correct. And then I'm going to assume the A was correct, just because vowel. And we're just going to move that. And I like to try to play these in hard mode, basically only try to go for what could still be an answer. I find it more interesting that way. Of course, there are strategies you can do to narrow it down more quickly if you aren't playing that way, but I find this fun. I'm thinking about something like cash. What else could we do? Now let's do cash. Ooh, okay. So that has only one yellow. That means that there cannot be a green in the word. Because if there was a green in the, or sorry, there can't be a green word. There can't be an E in the word. The E can't be green here, right? And there's only a green in prime, right? So if E was the green in prime, then this would be green and this would be green, and we should have one green, right? So there is no E at all, which is good to know. So that means that there's a green in prime and there's a green in stake that isn't the E, and they're different letters. And then I have a yellow here. So I'm going to assume that this is yellow and this is green, and that we have another yellow in here. And then we have another green in here, of course. So maybe something like, I don't know, RAM. That makes the ebb green. Oh, no, sorry, those are both from the same word. That's no good. I am thinking RA, which takes care of prime, right? And then I need to move around an ST or K. I can't use an H, or I would do wrath. That would have been fun. Maybe just a TRA word. TRA something. Can't do track. What's left? Actually. Trawl. That's a fun word. I think that works. One yellow and trawl. Okay, so I made some bad assumptions. Now if we double click on the Word500 logo, we can reset. So we know the E's are red / gray, whatever you want to call that. Now, because trawl only has a yellow in it and prime only has a green in it, anything that we put in the same slot is definitely red. So there's no R in the word. If A is in the word, then it has to be yellow. And if T is in the word, it has to be yellow. Okay, so T and A cannot be the green and stake, which means the green is an S or a K. So let's assume it's the S just because it's the more common letter. And then T or A ended up yellow. So that means there's no W or L, right? We're going to say there's no K in the word. So we're making some assumptions still, but you usually have to. Now, the A being yellow in both of these places just makes sense to me. And that would make this the yellow here as well. And then that's it. That's all we get. Oh, no, we get a green in prime, which wouldn't be the P because that would conflict with the S. So maybe the I. So we could do like S something I something A. That's actually kind of hard. The other option is we could do SIM something. I'm not seeing like how that would work though. I may have made an error in one of my assumptions. Completely reasonable that I would have. All right, so we're going to reset again. What did we learn? So we know there's no E, we know there's no R. That is definitely true. We're assuming there's a T, that this T or A ended up yellow. I think that's a safe assumption. And so since the T or A is yellow and the other one is not in the word, that means S or K is green. Do we want to assume S is green again? Or maybe we could assume we could look at the K being green instead. Now, if the A were yellow, that would mean that it has to go at the end, the start or the end of the word. We do have O and U left, so we could just say there's no A in the word and that this T ended up yellow in both places. So no A in the word, and then we'd have a C or an H somewhere. But we have this K sitting here. So I don't like the T yellow here because it would have to go next to the K, and I'm not sure how that would work. So actually, maybe we do... Okay, I'm going to reset again. Sorry. E is not in, R is not in. We know that. No W or L is I'm pretty confident about. Although it is still a guess. All right, what would we want to bring in from P, I, or M? I am thinking we bring in the S as green. You know, the T or the T could be green here. That would be an interesting idea. Then no A. And if the T were green, we could bring in an S somewhere else. There'd be no K. So something like an SH word? So like, is there like a TISH word? There's not really, is there? Especially without starting with S. Okay, not that. Yeah, I can't do ST, which is annoying. Yeah, I don't know what would go before this T. It would have to be a vowel. It couldn't be the A or the E. Couldn't be the I. Well, I'm only saying it couldn't be the I because then we would need like something like this. ITI. Because well, it wouldn't have to be, would it? Something like, oh no, because I couldn't be yellow there, which means it would have to have been green, meaning there's another I. Yeah, we'd have to do that. Okay. So I don't like that. So OT or UT, and I don't really see a good way to do that, especially with an SH or an S or a C. But okay, so this isn't right either. No E, no R. I'm going to say there's no WL still. Okay, well, let's take a look. Let's say there was a W or L in the word. That would mean there's no T or A in the word. So we'd have to have an S and a K. Something like this. We could do like an SK word. And then we could bring in the I if we wanted to for here. Now, what we'd have to bring in a C, H, and then a W or L. So a C or H and a W or L. And there just isn't a word. Unless we do SH ILK, shilk isn't a word. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. What if the S were yellow and the K were green? So we would still need a green from prime. So we would have all our letters, right? Because we'd have a unique letter from prime, cash, and trawl, and then the SK are the other two. So we'd need to use the vowel, right? We'd have to use the I from prime. So we do something like, I don't know, IKS. I mean, there aren't plurals on the answer list, but we'd have to bring in a C or L. So like, this isn't even a word, clicks. You need another C. We couldn't put the S first, which is a problem. Yeah. We'd have to put it at the end. Yeah, this doesn't work. Okay. So I think there isn't a W or L in the word. So I'm pretty convinced about that. So none of these are in the word. So what else can we do here? There is a T or A in the word, which means there is an S or, sorry, there's a T or A, which means there is an S or K. Let's bring in the A again. So a yellow A here, yellow A here, and then yellow A here. And then we don't have to bring in a C or H, which is kind of nice. That means there's no T in the word, right? So we get an S or a K that's green. Then we get a P, I, or M that's green. So, and the A, I would like the A to be fourth if possible. So I don't have to start or end with an A, although it definitely could. If I do that, then I have to start with S, right? Because if the A is using up the K slot, then that means the S is the green one here. Which means the P can't be the green one also. So we'd have an I or an M, and then the A would use up the M slot as well. So this would actually be forced if I do that. So I'd have S something, I, A something. I can't think of any words that would do that. H would be gone. We could do like SN. We could do... That's really it, unless it's S and then a vowel. But then we'd have 3 vowels in a row. Yeah, I don't think I like this at all. So coming back to here, none of these are in. Let's go back to A yellow. What other assumption did I make besides A yellow? I said S would be green. So, oh no, I said A would be fourth. So I guess let's start with A instead. So if we start with A, these cannot be green. These aren't in because we already have the A. So we'd probably have like, it would actually be forced to be IK here. This would be completely forced. So that's forced if A is first. Completely. And I don't see a word that does this at all. That doesn't look like a word to me. So A is not first. So we're going to look at A at the end instead. So none of these are in. If A is yellow and at the end, we have a lot more optionality here. No T, no C or H. Okay. So yeah, no R. I have an S or K in place. Maybe the P and the K? What would that be? P something something KA. Polka almost works. Yikes. There's no L though in this case. That's the only word I can think of that does that. Okay, so not the P. What about IKA? I don't see how that works either. So we'll do S and then I and then A. I don't see a word for that either. I see sigma, but we can't actually do sigma because that would be 2 correct letters. We need a yellow in prime. So if I did this, that fulfills all our clues, but I don't know how to fill it. Is there a word for that? I don't see it. The only assumption I've made is that the word ends in A. I think I've gone through all the possibilities and didn't find any words. So I think there can't be an A in the word. So we're gonna read all these out, and we're gonna read out the A. Okay. That means there must be a T in the word. Now, whether the T is green, I don't think the T can be green second, because I was having trouble building a word. So I think it's yellow here as well, which means we could start with S or we could have a K there. I think we'd want to start with S. Because with the K here, where's the T going to go? It would have to go next to the K, right? So the S is there. We need a C or an H in the word. S, something ITH, but Smith is not possible. Darn, that's so close to being correct. This is with the H yellow here, and with the I green here. I think that's the only way that's going to work with the T yellow in both spots. I think. But I can't do Smith. I'm so dedicated to doing this in hard mode. I feel like there's one word left and I just can't find it. So, okay. This is kind of what I figured out already. No A's, no R's. So there must be a T in the word. I tried T yellow, so we'll try T green again. So if T is green, I need a yellow S or K. What would I do here? The problem is, what do I start with? Can't start with A or E. Can't start with S. Is there an OT or a UT word? Like, I guess I could do OTA, like other starts with OTH. The problem is I would need to use an S or a K. In fact, the only green that would be left in prime would be an M here, so that doesn't work at all. I could do OTI, but I don't see how that's a word at all. I can't do PT, obviously. So that T green immediately makes P red. It also makes this not green, but it could be yellow. Because there's only one yellow, this C can be considered red just because one of these ends up yellow. I mean, I could do like T something CK, right? That feels pretty nice. That would be this yellow and this yellow. Oh, stick almost works, right? Because I could do ICK. I keep getting almost words, but I can't use the S in this case. But these would be the clues. One green, green, yellow, yellow, yellow. I can't start this word though. It's tempting to do a filler, but let's see. Is there an option I haven't considered? With T green here. I don't think T can be green here. That's immediately red. What if this M were green? So TM, there'd be no I in the word. I need some new vowel there, O or U. And then I'd have to, the problem is I need an S or K and I need a C or H, and those don't go anywhere. Like none of those go before the T. So M would be out. This would have to be I. So we'd have to go TI. What about like SH? I still have this same problem where I don't know what to put before the T. So I don't think this works. So with all of these red, this yellow, T would be yellow as well. So what now? There's some optionality here. What if we ended in like S? Oh no, we start with S and then we put a T somewhere. I'm just putting that at the end for no good reason, just so it's out of the way. I would not be able to use the P. So we could have an I. I mean, I don't think there's an M. I mean, I don't see how the M would work because where would the T go? It can't go second. It would have to go next to the M. And I don't think a word ends in MT that I can think of. So it wouldn't be the M. It would be the I. So it would be I, and then there'd be a T somewhere. Again, we don't know exactly where. And then it could be like SCIT or CI something T. Is that a word? I know scant is a word, but not skint. Like skift? Skint? No, I don't see it. And so then SH, oh, SH, shift. I think I found it. That's not even it. That's not even close to it. But it worked, right? This was shift. Oh my gosh, after all that. Okay, so 2 greens and shift, that's it. That means I'm not even right about the ST and I here. Ooh. Well, okay, so we know there can't be an E. We know there can't be an R. This is the only thing that's logically proven. Oh no. Um, do we? I mean, I was pretty confident about this that I couldn't find anything. So if that's still true, that means the T has to be green there. So these are yellows. But I can't even bring the S and the I in. I have to pick one. Or I could pick neither. But if I don't pick the S, then I have to end in KT. In this case. I can't end in KT. So I have to pick the S. So H, I, and F are gone. So there has to be a C in the word, probably after the S, though it doesn't have to be. And then and there can't be so there has to, we'd have to end in, we'd have to do SC something MT. Scumped or scomped. So I think I'm wrong. I think there can't be a T in the word. I think T is out. R is definitely out. So that means I'm wrong about the A or the W or the L. Okay, let's investigate just bringing this L in then. So what does that look like? I think I would want to do SL as my first test here. And then maybe bring this I in. So we could be an SLI word. No H or F. So we'd have to bring in a C. I can't do slice. I can't do slick. I don't see anything else. This would be how this would finish coloring, obviously. One green. Oh, I need a yellow in here. Oh, wait. No, I didn't even do that right. So with no T in the word, we know there's no E, we know there's no R. Let's say there was a yellow L. That means there's no A. I'd have to bring in the S and the K, is what happened. And the S would be green there, because there's... yeah, the S would have to be green. If I know there's an S, then it's definitely green here. Yeah. I think I'd need the I. I can't bring the P in. M feels a bit too crowded. Okay. SI, and then there'd be no H. So there'd have to be a C and a K. Ooh, actually, that's kind of nice. Ending in I. It's slick. It is slick. Oh. Why was that so hard? I got there, but that took a long time. Holy moly. Okay. So what was my fatal mistake was assuming there was a T or an A in the word. That was my fatal mistake early on. I kind of assumed that getting a yellow in trawl when I thought there would be an A or a T in the word. Statistically, it felt like there couldn't be a W or L, and I think I rejected that way too fast. But we did get there. That was tough, though. I made some very bad assumptions early on. They weren't bad assumptions, but I didn't go back and really check them, I think. But yeah, okay, cool. Well, I got there. I managed to do it. And I managed to do it in hard mode, which is good. All right. Let's do polygonal. Make sure Hexpert's on. Okay. So we have a 7-letter word today, and this letter repeats, and this letter repeats. So if we look at ing, that puts an N there. What could we do there? I feel like this would have to be a vowel. I don't see how that would work. Like an A doesn't work. An E. Don't see how that works. An O. Owing is a suffix, but I don't see how this would work. And then U. Sunnuing. Lanuing. Bunuing. Punuing. No, I don't think it works. So I don't think we're at ing. We could look at ings. Piggenings. Biggenings. Siggenings. Oh, that's not even sigging. Sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Liggings, piggings. No, I don't think that works. All right, let's look at an E here. We could do an ER, ED, ES. Let's put an ED in there for now. Maybe an ST word, stet. I don't know if I like that. I like IED here for some reason. So what will we do here? I'm not seeing it. Like an R? Pre-ride? I've sort of fried, but not... Pre-ride. Hmm. All right. I mean, it doesn't have to be an ED word, but... I don't really have anything to latch onto. Is there any pre-word? Pre... I don't see it. Might have to do a filler today. SH? No. ST? How about like an L here? I don't see how L works there. I feel like this should be a vowel. Let's try like an E here. We could do like an EA word. And this could be a consonant. Bededs. Redeads. All right, yeah, I got to do a filler. So do we want to do like maidens today? I think maidens is good. Oh wow, maidens is really good. So that's an M. This is NS. This has to be an I. It's minions. Wow. I didn't think of IONS as a suffix to try. Maybe I should have. There's so many suffixes that I just can't remember them all. All right, how many options were there? There were 19 words, 6 ordinary words. Decency, detects, minions, pararia, recency, and vacancy. So yeah, nothing with like the suffixes I was trying to think of. No INGs, no INGSs. It was a plural though, minions. Okay. Well, let's do the mini. Today the first and last letter repeats. Taunt. The U is correct of all things. Druid. Wait, that was right. Nice. Okay, cool. This has 540 words? Okay, that's quite a bit. All right, let's do symbol. We'll start with blaze. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna assume that the LZ are the yellows. So we'll find like an AER word to try here. Pager. Okay, it is. In fact, it's APER. So taper maybe. Nice, got it in 3. Sweet, good way to start the next 1,000 streak. Taper, nice. That's an AER word too. That's very trappy. I got lucky. Very cool. All right. We will start blind Fusele with taper. There's a PE and R in the word. Let's just try piper. Oh, I'm not allowed. I have to do a filler. So let's see if we have an I, O, or U in the word. And let's make sure we end in ER. We do not end in ER, but there is an I. Ooh. So this will give us alphabetical clues per slot. Maybe we end in E then. Could we end in like, could it be something like gripe? Close. R-I. Oh, I can't. In this one I'm not allowed to guess I, so I can't get the answer. But it's R-I and then it's P-R-I and then something near P. Prime. It's prime. So let's do an M here, and let's start with P. Just to we know it starts with P though, because there's a P in the word, and it's not in the other slots. So what else could it be? I mean, can we get the N, R, or S anyway? We can get the S for sure. The R would have to be tested here. So actually, we're gonna do the M elsewhere. I mean, it is just prime, but is something like amor is a word, or I don't know. I'm working way too hard on this. Let's do harms. It doesn't even matter. It is just prime. Okay. Didn't even matter. It can only be prime, right? There wasn't another word. I don't know why I bothered. Okay. Let's play Don't Wordle. We're trying to fail. So we start with kayak. All right, so now we have to use the A because there's the yellow A. And we're not allowed to use two A's because there's not two A's, and we can't use them in these slots anymore. So I'm going to do pizzazz. All right, A is in the middle. There's 861 words left. So the idea here is to repeat as many uncommon letters as we can. We want to repeat letters and we want uncommon letters. What should I do for that? I mean, I could end in ALL. L is common, but I can repeat it. I could end in FF. I'm not sure what ends in AFF. I have to put the A in the middle. I could end in ASS, but I like to save the S for a plural because we know the answer. This uses the same answer list as the original Wordle, which has no plurals in it. So plurals are always safe. Plurals that end in S at least. What's a good follow-up here? I'm almost thinking something like leafy, but I think that's 5 unique letters and it's too many common ones. What about wharf? Could be worse. All right, let's do wharf. There's an H in the word, there's an R in the word. Okay, we're down to 7 words. So at this point, we're probably gonna have to use an undo, but I like to figure out what the word is before we use the undo. Now we're not gonna end in A or H, so the H is gonna go first. What goes between that H and the A? H-E-A? Something like herd? I think herd will be the answer. Oh, it could be H-O, it could be horde. Herd or horde. Is there another? I don't see another way to do H-O-A-R. You know, if there's enough of these, we might be able to get away with it. Like if hoary is a word, hoary is a word. Okay, we're down to 4 words. Is something like hears a word? Okay, so let's do hears, because we know that's not going to be the answer. Yeah, and we should be able to do it. We just have to figure out what non-D to put there. Heart. No, wait, that's heart. Oops. I accidentally wordled. Oh no, I did a 50-50 by accident. Okay, so what were the words? Heard, hear with an E. I don't know if I would have tried that. Okay, well, the only safe word to guess was H-E-A-R-E. I was pretty convinced the answer was heard. And I was like, hurt, that's not a word. Let's try that. Oh my gosh. Well, those are the games for today. Hope you enjoyed them. If you did, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.